everyone, Diego Flammini here with Farms.com. Work-life balance is something everyone is trying to achieve. And between your farm, your family, your friends, and other personal interests, it might seem like you have no time for anything at all. I recently spoke with Katy Schultz, a dairy and cash crop producer from Fox Lake, Wisconsin, about this topic and why it's important to her. We start off the conversation with Katy telling me what work-life balance means to her.
Well, I think the word balance maybe throws some people off, right? It feels like you have all of your things going at the same time and they're all going successfully and in motion. And in reality, I really think that, especially when you're trying to balance a family and balance a farm and a business, it's more about juggling, right? You have all of these different balls. You have your kids, you have your employees, you have your team, you have your farm, you have the crops, you have the animals. And it's a matter of figuring out what day on that day, what's most important. What ball do we absolutely have to keep in the air? What is second, what is third, and what is fourth? And being able to set priorities really can help change your mindset. It's not a matter of, the world is going to be set on fire if this doesn't get done. It'd be awesome if we could get it done, but the reality is X, Y, and Z have to come first today. And I think sometimes we get stuck in thinking about the seasonalities of farming. So we have really busy seasons when we're about to start planting here and starting to do spring tillage and getting our fields ready. It's crazy busy. All summer we have hay. So every 28 days, it's crazy busy. And in the fall, when we're harvesting our crops, it's crazy busy. So I think sometimes farmers get stuck in this, depending on what the season is how busy we are. But we also need to take into account that our lives have seasonality too. When you are first starting out and you have the ambition and energy of a fresh 20-year-old, that's a different season of life. When you're starting a family and you have young kids, that's a different season. And there's different demands of those seasons. And, as your kids get older and they get involved in different extracurricular things and they're at the farm more and they're involved on the farm more, that's a different season. And so being able to recognize not only what season it is on the farm, but what season you are in your life can make a really big priority change and shift in how you juggle your life instead of balance it.
Okay. So with that, how do you juggle all of these things, especially during the busy summers on the farm and things like that? What are some tools, tips, tricks that you use to make sure as many balls are in the air as possible?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of setting habits. So making sure that you have habits every single day that you can count on, so your life doesn't feel in chaos, right? Like when it is that super crazy busy, you're still going to wake up early. You're going to get your devotions in, get some exercise in, get the basic things done. For me, it's in my house, right? I'm a morning person. I do all of my dishes. I do all of my laundry at 4 a.m. in the morning. That's my best time of day. But when I get home at night, I have nothing left. All I want to do is spend time with my daughter and have one-on-one time. And I could care if there's 200 dishes sitting there. It doesn't matter to me because I've prioritized and I've set habits so that when it feels like, we've got to be in the fields and we're working late and all of those things, I can rely on, okay, I still know that I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast every day. I still know I'm going to have that time in prayer every morning. I can have some kind of stability when things feel out of control.
How do you readjust when maybe you notice that you aren't having that time to maybe make time with your daughter, or there's some things that are maybe being left behind because it gets busy on the farm? How do you kind of recalibrate these habits or, make sure that you are fitting in the things that are important to you away from the farm?
I will be the first advocate to tell you, I am not above asking for help. You have to get over the fact of there's no guilt and there's no shame in just asking for help and saying, I can't do this right now. I am exhausted, or I need to be done a little bit early. I just have to run this errand. I have to get this done. And just being real and honest. And I think our team here on the farm really we work really well together, but we're also in tune with each other, right? We're especially when all of our kids were younger and in Christmas programs. And so we would make a schedule at the farm of whose kid had what Christmas program at what time at what school, and we made sure their parents got there. Setting priorities as a team and just making sure that everybody's um bucket is getting filled in some way, shape, or form. We understand that it's not a matter of how much time you spend at that farm or how much time you're in the pens or how much time you're in that tractor. It's a matter of creating a quality of life. And if we have to work really late and we realize, yeah, we're in the middle of corn silage, it's going to be 5 days in a row, crazy busy, really late. But you know what? Next week, we're going to buy you guys lunch. We're going to get you done early. Everybody's going to get an extra afternoon off. And we might give you a gift card to go get some Starbucks or go to Quick Trip or whatever it is. Making sure that you can create space in your team that, one, they feel comfortable enough to come and say, listen, I need time with my kids, or I need time with my wife, or I just need the afternoon off. And making it not so taboo to ask for time off, and making it not so shameful to ask for help, making it a healthy boundary. And we realize that, when you're well rested and you are have a new energy about you, you're a better person, you're a better mom, you're a better dad, you're a better employer, employee, you're a better teammate. And so if we don't create those places, we won't have those people with us. And so, and it goes both ways. It's not just our employees. It's, I look out for my brother and sister in the same manner, and my parents, and all of our team members, in making sure and recognizing that they have that time to recharge.
And there may be some farmers who see this and say, Katy, there's no such thing as a work-life balance or even juggling, right? So what advice would you give to them in terms of if they wanted to start, making these plans and habits to achieve maybe some sort of balance or juggling or however they want to phrase it? How would you advise them to start that process?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I would challenge them. I'd ask them, what are you doing this for? What are you farming for? What drives you every day? What gets you out of bed? What gives you the passion to literally feed the world? If your goals and motto and vision don't align with creating a lifestyle that allows for you to divulge in those passions, I don't think you're using your talents to your best abilities. I think you maybe need to realign, because when we're at our very best and we're putting all of our energy into something, it's rewarding and it gives back to you. And it should create a lifestyle that allows you to grow, allows you to have those times to get off the farm and step into a hobby, step into a passion. I think sometimes it's really hard to look up from the grindstone when you were. I think for me, I think back to when I had a 2-year-old and we're in the middle of corn silage and we're on day 6 and I have barely seen her. I feel like she's just running amok and between grandma and babysitters, and I have the most mom guilt you've ever seen because I am a horrible mom because I haven't stopped and had time to play with her. Those are the times that it's a matter of a season. This isn't forever. This isn't always. This isn't what farm life looks like 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's a season in our life, and it's a season at the farm. So there are seasons that you're going to have to keep your nose to the grindstone no matter what. But it's not forever. And being able to create those healthy boundaries when you're not completely in chaos of harvest and planting and all of the other things, it's important to take that step back and to create a life not only at the farm, but outside of the farm, in your communities, in your churches, in your local organizations. And those are the places that you can really grow and develop as a person. And it's not just about the farm.
Well, Katy, I want to thank you again for taking some time to chat with me. It was nice to connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure.